Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today's Wednesday the 25th. Today's another Dollar Tree video. Today's going to be part 2 of my Dollar Tree series for the month of August. Just about wrapped up with the one for August. I was able to pick up a few more. Well, quite a few more this morning. I picked up about 22 titles here. First off the bat here, we're going to start with DVD, and then we'll work our way down to the Blu-ray. First up, I got a Reader's Digest, The Country Mouse and the City Mouse Adventures. Adventures on the Orient Express. This was aired on HBO Family as well. It has 5 travel adventures on it. And that's Country Mouse and the City Mouse. I do remember this airing on HBO back in the day. This is a Questar release as well. Clocks in at about 2 hours. They go on adventures in Italy, England, Mexico, China, and Iraq. So they kind of cover the globe a little bit in this 2-hour physical disc. Apparently this takes place in the late 1800s, by the way, for these 2 mice. So, I do remember when this aired on HBO Family. Pretty nice little pickup. I'm sure my son will like it when he gets a little bit older, understands, geography and that kind of thing. And this, I think this is a John Denver story. I was going to say, when I first got this, I thought it was a John Denver movie. It technically is, but it's a John Denver movie starring Chad Lowe, Kristen Davis, and Gerald McCraney, who played in the show Major Dad, Simon and Simon. He played the character of Rick in Simon and Simon. I believe he was the older brother. For my older audience out there that would remember that show, and maybe for some people that caught that, can catch it on streaming services. But this is a Questar release as well, and that's Take Me Home, a John Denver story. Sorry about the glare there. Very much looks like John Denver, who was tragically killed, I believe, in his own plane crash. He was a bit of a daredevil. I didn't really realize that. It's unfortunate. He was, cut down at, such a talented personality. Very good country singer. 90 minutes on this one. And they did a really good job with Chad Lowe as John Denver in this, I think. At least based on what I'm seeing here. This looks like something I might watch someday soon. Like I said, it clocks in at an hour and a half. Chad Lowe went on to play in such stuff as ER and Supergirl. Gerald McCraney also played, it says he played in This Is Us as well. Kristen Davis played in Sex and the City. It's a John Denver story. And then next up, I got one that's kind of up my alley because I do like the show Counting Cars. It's American Classics, Thunderbird, Mustang, Cobra, GT40, and the Model T. It's the great cars. This is a Questar distributed release as well. Clocks in at a hair over 2 hours. It says relive all of Ford's greatest hits. You can call a number on the back as well for info on the Questar lineup, if you will. I don't know, just is a little different than the rest of a lot of the wave. Like, you didn't see much of this car stuff, so I thought I'd pick it up. You never know if it'll ever be around again in the future. It's kind of hit or miss. Like, sometimes if you don't pick it up, and it seems like they never get it back. But then when you pick it up, then you'll find it in like the next 5 waves, And it'll always be this. Chances are this is probably the one that will end up staying in store for like the next 4 months, because I was able to find this finally. I don't know if people have been picking it up, but get a lot of content there for different vehicle makes. And then I got a BBC Earth. This is narrated by David Tennant. Spy on the Wild 2. I don't know if I ever got Spy in the Wild 1. See the world through their eyes. This is, like I said, this is a BBC. Clocks in at 2 hours. Does have some bonus features. Meet the Spies. Apparently, it's like full funny and unexpected moments during the making of this. So, basically unscripted, more or less funniness, kind of like the outtakes, like they do on Impractical Jokers, that kind of thing, like little funny things that didn't make TV or was edited out. But that's Spy in the Wild 2. Like I said, I'm not sure if I ever saw I don't think I ever got the first one, and if I did, it was probably quite a few waves ago. From 2017. And that's Spy in the Wild 2. Moving right along here. Got a movie star Mark O'Halloran, Jane Weisner, and Lee Ehrenberg. A Kiss for Jed. Ireland to New York is a long way for a kiss. This is an MVD visual. Sorry about the glare. Something about the glare in the morning, since it's getting later in the fall. It's been like really dark in the living room. I don't know if it's because we have less daylight hours now, more or less. I got this dreaded hair sticking to the disc this morning. Let's see. It does have a kissforjedmovie.com link you can go to find out more on the title. It's from director Maurice Lenain, or Lenan. I don't want to get that wrong. It says it has music from Jerry Fish, Lisa Hannigan, Fight Like Apes, Mundy, De Laurentiis, Elvis Perkins, Dr. Dog, Lost Brothers, and many more. Not really going to get into the detail about this one, but more or less, couple that one's from Ireland, the other from New York. I don't know if they go, back to each other's country, or one goes to the other country, but looks pretty interesting. And that's a Kiss for Jed. Kind of stood out in the wave a little bit because you haven't really seen many romantic comedies. And then I got an animated title starring Ed Asner, Kathy Bates, Madison Davenport, Brad Garrett, Andy Griffith, Daniel Roebuck, and Norm Macdonald. And it's narrated by Jay Leno. Christmas is Here Again. It's from Screen Media Films. 5.1, 74 minutes, and it's anamorphic widescreen. So, pretty cute little animated holiday special or movie, I guess you could call it. A little short for a movie, but not really, not for these Christmas ones. If you're basing it on a standard movie, 74 minutes is a little short, but if you're basing it on a Christmas movie, it's about standard. A lot of Christmas movies tend to not be overly long, unless they're like live action or something like that. But that's Christmas is Here Again. Happy you picked that up. Put that in the Christmas collection. And then I got The Runners. They took his sister. They will regret it. This is a Uncorked Entertainment release. She's the only family he has, and he'll risk everything to get her back. This is widescreen presented, 99 minutes on this one. 5.1 Dolby Digital and 2.0 stereo. So you have both soundtracks. directed by Joey Loomis and Micah Lyons. If I didn't mention, it looks like it has Tom Sizemore in it as well, right there. Really don't know much about the cast. But, apparently, they lose their parents in a car accident, and then the brother has to raise a rebellious teen sister, Zoe. She sneaks out for a party and is abducted by I don't know why someone would. A little confused on that. And then they're trying to say a charming older brother intends to sell her to the cartel for human trafficking. So I guess this is a human trafficking movie, if you will. See a lot of these being made these days. I mean, the problem is very real, but just kind of getting a little bit overkill with the human trafficking storyline, for my liking at least. But that's a human trafficking movie called The Runners. And then I got a movie starring Joe Montana and Ann Archer, Uncle Nino. I don't know if it's Nino or Nino. I think it's Nino. He came to America and helped his family find each other. This too is a Questar. A lot of Questar in this wave, as I've mentioned in my first video. 110 minutes on this one. It's PG. It was a winner of a Crystal Heart Award for Heartland Film Festival. Chicago Reader says it's a breath of fresh air. Los Angeles Times and USA Today both give it pretty good high accolades. Really don't know much about this one. Looks like the typical, extended family kind of movie. With this uncle called Uncle Nino. If I got the name wrong, I apologize. I'm not really good with Spanish and French pronunciations. I do much better with Japanese and things like, pronunciations than I do French and Spanish. I apologize. And then I got a movie called Caddy Woodlawn, based on the American classic by Carol Ryrie Brink. Got another hair on the thing here, on the disc. Hour and a half on this one. It's a Questar, as I mentioned. I don't really like to go into a lot of detail because a lot of these are kind of extensively long in terms of the synopsises for Questar. Basically, they travel from Boston to Wisconsin in the summer, frontier land style, if you will. I guess by covered wagon or horses or whatever. And I don't know if they run into a batch of Indian tribes along the way. Some friendly, some not so friendly. I guess that's the whole point of this one. Kind of a little bit like if you had Little House on the Prairie, if it had Indian reservations and that kind of thing. But you really see that too much in Little House on the Prairie. But it kind of has that Little House on the Prairie vibe to it a little bit. To me, at least. Stars Emily Schulman, Season Hubley, Parker Stevenson, James Stevens, Conrad Janis, and Comet as Nero the dog. So even a dog gets a billing in here. That's Caddy Woodlawn. Can't say as I've ever heard of that one. And then I got another Questar, Return to Treasure Island. This one clocks in at almost 200 minutes, so this is you're getting quite a lot of content in these discs this time around in August, and a lot of these Questar. I'm not sure how good the quality will be. Basically, this takes place basically around the time of the New World in America. You know, more or less, uh, being explored, I guess. Sorry about the glare. Just kind of hard to show it right now because I got these movies in front of me, and then okay, it's a little better. We're sticking to the table because it's been really saturatedly hot around with all the humidity. Includes a bonus feature to Long John Silver. You can go to QuestarEntertainment.com to find out more on this one as well. And I'm finding that Questar is out of Illinois. If you had missed that in my prior video, they're out of Illinois. So we're getting a lot of stuff from the middle part of the country in this wave, at least in terms of distributors. I must have had a slew of Questar overstock or something, because I've never seen so many of one company show up, you know. Well, I mean, we did have a High Octane and we had Uncorked, but like it seems like every movie that I've shown in my two video, going into my second video here, has been a lot of Questar. Alan Arkin and Rutger Hauer, the late great Rutger Hauer, I should say. It's from Guillotine Films. Running time of I think it says 2.5 hours. I think it's got Joanna Pacula in it as well. Yeah, Joanna Pacula's in this as well. She played in the horror film, the movie called The Kiss. I don't know if you ever seen about basically the stepmom from hell. She more or less is kind of like it's like a creature of some sort in that. I can't really remember. I seen it a long time ago. It's a really good movie. Kind of like a lot in the way of The Guardian from the 90s. But there's Joanna Pacula right there, and the late great Rutger Hauer, who also played in Blade Runner, the original with Harrison Ford and countless others. He played in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie they had with Kirsty Swanson. This looks pretty cool. I think I have heard of this though, but I guess this is takes place in some death camps. I don't know if this is about like prisoners of war being captured and then tortured, and like these three escape from Sobibor. I have heard of this. I don't think I've ever watched it. It's quite heavy. Maybe it has a thick paper insert with it as well. And then I got A Night of Horror, Nightmare Radio. James Wright, Clara Kopovich, and Camilo Levine or Levine. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. And Uncorked. It's an anthology of the year, they're calling it. Widescreen presented, clocks in at 105 minutes. Does have two soundtracks for 5.1 and 2.0. Directed by Nicholas Onetti, Luciano Onetti, Jason Bognacki, and Joshua Long, and so on. Has quite a few directors. I don't want to name them all. Basically, it's about a popular radio show dedicated to horror. One day, the show begins to receive strange calls from a child who desperately asks for help. At first, they all think it's a sick joke until they discover that this is not the case. These calls hide a dark and deadly secret. So, I guess it's a late night disc jockey getting a weird call from a little kid. Go from there. And then I got, I guess it's a TV series, I'm guessing. Kind of like a forensics show called Cracked, What Lies Beneath. It's a 2-disc set. It's from the BBC, White Pine Pictures, and Beta. So it even has a BBCAmerica.com link on it on the back as well. Just shy of 300 minutes. Like I said, it's a 2-discer. About a psychiatrist, Dr. Daniela Ridley, diagnoses him as cracked, not broken. I don't know if it's just like a pair of people that are teamed together to solve murders, or it does say something about an emergency task force. Really don't know. Really, it doesn't really, it doesn't really get to the meaty part of what the show's about. Just kind of skims around here on the synopsis. I'd have to read the entire thing to you, and I don't, it's not real overly long, but I do have 22 titles. I don't want to keep you all day. But it's cracked, and I don't know if that's from. They're saying it's from the BBC. I don't know. I don't really know a lot about the BBC, lineups or anything like that. And then I got Yogi Bear's All-Star Comedy Christmas Caper. They used to show this every year on Boomerang. I don't know if you ever seen it on there, but it's from Boomerang. Well, not from Boomerang, but that's where I've seen it. It's a Warner Brothers release. Has special features of Yogi's birthday party. It's only 23 minutes on this. That's my only complaint. Let's see. Try to see if there's anything else I can tell you on this one. It's really basic. I mean, it does have the special features, but it's like 23 minutes are real. I mean, yeah, I could read what it's about, but I mean, it's pretty much holiday Yogi Bear, throughout. So I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory. It does have such characters as Snagglepuss, Quick Draw McGraw. It's pretty much basically Boo Boo. And then a little girl named Judy. I don't know. I don't really remember it too well, but I have seen it before on Boomerang. And there's a look at the back. And there, right down there's the special features of what it does come with. Well, you can't probably see it too good because it's really small, but it does come with a few little minor special features. And then I got a Sony Pictures Classic starring Helen Mirren and Donald Sutherland, Leisureseeker. I remember when this first popped up on Redbox. I had rented it. Never got around to watching it. I don't know why. I don't know if there was something going on at the time. Two great performances from two legendary actors. Now I own it, so I guess it kind of is a redemption story for me, because I was able to now own it as opposed to renting it, taking it back to the kiosk the next day or two. It's rated R for some sexual material. Does have a little bit of special features. Just hair under 2 hours on this one. Basically, it's this older couple traveling around in a RV, and I don't know if one of them is losing their kind of like a dementia kind of thing going on with one of them. I don't know. It might even be both of them. But they want to take a road trip, and they want to try to kind of like relive, their marriage through travel, and kind of like spend, their golden years before something happens to one another, that kind of thing. It's a Leisureseeker. I hear this is kind of sad too, so bring a box of Kleenex if you watch that. I do like a good tearjerker if they're done well. It's just some of them are kind of like, they get a little too sappy for me. And then I got a movie called Blind Spotting. This is a Walmart selection. David Diggs and Raphael Casal. An impressive film as they get, says Flickering Myth. They're calling it raw and a treasure and totally wonderful. It's kind of heavy too. This is a Canadian release disc from Lionsgate. see something. I don't know if it's trying to be rustic with the back, but that kind of looks like it's got a watermark or something on the bottom of it. I don't know. It fit in the back cover anyway. No, I guess it's supposed to be that way, because up here it's the same look. I don't know if you see it there. See, like the dark lines, like they go up like a broken wall. Like right down here, they have the same thing right there. Just kind of neat how they did that to make it look so rustic. I thought it was like watermark, like something had leaked on it, but I'm not thinking that's the case. That's a VVS Films. A timely and wildly entertaining story about a recently paroled man, David Diggs, who begins to reevaluate his relationship with his volatile best friend, Rafael Casal. 5.1 on this one. 16:9 widescreen presented. It's called basically a comedy drama. Clocks in at 95 minutes. And is from Summit Entertainment as well, from 2018. When I hear this name Blind Spotting, I think of the movie Train Spotting. It's kind of confusing. I know they're two totally different movies. I think Train Spotting was actually based in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Whereas this one, I think this one could have been possibly shot in and around Canada. It does say an Oakland moving pictures, so maybe some of the scenes were also shot in California as well. I'm not sure. But with it being .ca, it tells me it was kind of scenes were kind of Canadian based as well, or maybe the movie's based in Canada. I'm not sure, but it does get 5 stars from Flickering Myth here. Looks really interesting. And then onto the Blu-ray. And it's weird to see a black cased Blu-ray for once. I haven't seen one of these in the waves since we got, was it Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies on 4K. I had gotten that at one of the Dollar Trees a long time ago. It was really weird to see this, but this was volume 2 of RWBY. It's a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. You see what I mean? It has like the black casing. Really rare to see that in the Dollar Tree wave. Flatiron Film and Cinedyne. 2014. Roosterteeth.com. Cinedyne Entertainment. It does have English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. It was directed by Monty Ohm or Oyum. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Basically, the RWBY is the first name, the letter of the first letter of the person's name that starts their name. Like if it was Robert, that'd be R. Winnie would be, W, and so on, that kind of thing. That's what they do. That's where they come up with the RWBY name for the movie. It's based on each character, made up of their first letter of their first name. Oh, wrong watch. Well, I set my alarm sometimes because I wanted to get up early to do this one this morning because I've been kind of slacking on the channel, and I apologize. It's just, I don't know, I just got some bad news. I've just been feeling in the dumps about things lately, and I don't know, just the idea of moving and stuff just kind of depresses you a little bit in a way because there's a lot of packing and that kind of thing. But onto the Blu-ray. Next up, I got a movie called Savage Dog, starring Scott Adkins. In a time without mercy, a hero will rise. This is a Walmart Select too, and this, like I said, this is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. It's a Canadian released movie as well. English and French sound. widescreen presented. It does have English subtitles and French subtitles, which tells me it's French, like a French Canadian release, if you will. Former champion boxer Scott Adkins is incarcerated in the most dangerous prison in Indochina. When Tillman is due for release, he just wants to return home, but the corrupt forces running the jail will do everything in their power to keep him locked down. So, I don't know if it's kind of like that Sly Stallone movies, a Lockup, or is that what it was called, Lockup? Or I can't remember. One where Donald Sutherland was the prison warden, and you'd, like, I don't know, terrorize him by waking him up like every half hour and like blaring lights on him and stuff. I want to say that it's kind of like the plot's nothing like that, but it's the idea he keeps, being more or less under watchful eye in prison, and they're like making life hard in there. And like I said, it stars Scott Adkins, not Hadkins, Adkins. And I was happy that my wife found this, because I want to say I got the DVD of it, but just not the Blu-ray. I got Killer Tattooist, Blu-ray plus DVD combo pack. He always leaves his mark. It's a Killer Tattooist. And I apologize to my the viewers out there that, the non-horror fans out there that don't really like these. Just whatever, I'm a big horror fan. I just grab them more or less. I apologize if they're a little, not like offensive, but like a little graphic here and there with some of the covers. 102 Minutes from Echo Bridge, directed by Terry Lee Coker. It is also from SP Releasing, but I really love the look of this one. It does have the DVD combo pack too, so I could actually watch this on my burner, right at my computer stand here. I find sometimes it's easier for me to watch stuff off my computer because I have headphones, and if there's any distractions outdoors, I don't have to hear that. Unless, of course, it's a really loud vehicle or something like that. But I've gotten so that's the way I watch movies, is on my computer, because it got to one point when we lived here, it got to the point where there was people making noises all day right after, from like 3 o'clock right until like 8, 9 o'clock, and I don't know, we got the Ring and that stuff subsided, so I don't know if they got a little bit nervous about us filming things. I don't really care. You shouldn't be out, your kids shouldn't be out going into 9 o'clock when it's already dark out in the city streets, even if it is summer vacation. We have a lot of crime in our area, and I mean, we've had people go up on porches, right in the middle of the night, because they thought they had the right house. And there's a video of a lady knocking on someone's door and yelling at them. She didn't even know she had the right house. Apparently she didn't. But to me, I don't care if you had the wrong house. You need to make sure you have the right house before you start yelling at somebody. You can't. To me, that's trespassing. I don't care if, because how do you know she had the wrong house? She might have just been drunk or high, or, I wouldn't tolerate that, It's dangerous when you got a family. You don't want unknown strangers coming up onto your porch and, more or less trespassing. And that's why we got the Ring, and I don't think certain people on our street like it. I don't really care. That's my right. The city board has approved, pretty much anything to do with home surveillance here in my city, and I'm going to take advantage of it. I don't mean to go on a tangent about home surveillance, but that's the kind of thing I deal with in this neighborhood. It's gotten to calm down because of our Ring, but I think if I didn't have that, there'd be all kinds of, stuff going on outside. Then I got a movie star, Karen Gillan, David Malshian, All Creatures Here Below. And I have no idea if this is a horror film. It kind of gives that vibe like it is. They're saying it's an impulsively committed crime puts Gensen and RWBY on the run from the police, forcing them to seek refuge in a place filled with haunting dark secrets. And this is a Canadian release disc as well. They're mentioning David Dasmalchian, who did Bird Box, Blade Runner 2049, and Dune. I have no idea. And they double whammied me on this on the slipcover. They put stickers here and here. Here I can deal with, because what I'll do is I'll just cut around this and this will slide out of the slip sleeve. But this here is going to be, yeah, this is going to, well, actually I think this can come off, but I don't know. I think it looks better. I like the Nordique symbol on it a little bit, though, as like if I were to peel that off of this like plastic seal here, it just look, that would to me be more of an eyesore. I think I'm just gonna keep it with the. What do you guys think? Do you think I should keep that sticker on there and not have to look at this like gaudy plain thing underneath, or I don't know. I just don't really like to take the entire thing off in case it does rip the sleeve. And I don't really have I have the world's worst patience when it comes to things like that. But that's all creatures here below. I guess it's not really horror, but with a name like that, you'd think it would be. And I did watch this one. Well, it's about alien. Well, kind of like alien. It is about alien abduction, but a different kind of alien abduction. It's not like your standard alien abduction here. I hope I didn't ruin that for anybody. It's a Blu-ray DVD combo pack starring Aaron Ray and Eric Metheny. Some really good performances, and it's a really funny movie. I don't know if it's intentionally funny, trying to be funny, or it's just really clever at times. Like the humor's funny. The lead guy in this is really funny, like cracking jokes and doing his impressions of people. I really had fun with this one. It isn't really overly scary, but it gets scary by the end, I guess you could say, because it's kind of like on the found footage level. But I really had fun with this one. I'd recommend this one. I mean, it's not full of scares if that's what you're looking for, but it is a really entertaining film. Had me hooked throughout. I do recommend it. It's an Emporium recommendation. Don't mean that you have to like it. If I say Emporium recommendation, it's more or less something that was up my alley and I liked it and enjoyed it. That's what I mean by an Emporium recommendation. That's absence. I'm gonna look at the back, and I got one more. And I got this video around 40 minutes, which is really good considering I had 22 titles. It's a Walmart Select. Caddy Woodlawn film, Blue Iguana. It's going to be a gem of a heist. So this is a heist movie starring Sam Rockwell. I know him from Lawn Dogs and Box of Moonlight. Those are the two that he played in. I think he also played in what was that? I can't remember. It's like a sci-fi film too. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I think he played in that as well. Has deleted scenes, a director's commentary. It's VVS film release. This too is a Canadian release disc. Small time crooks Eddie and Paul are in over their heads when a cute lawyer hires them to fly to London and steal a rare jewel. Meanwhile, a ruthless gangster wants the gem for himself. I guess that's it. It's throwing me off because it looked like it was one big synopsis here, and actually this is the French synopsis, and I thought that was more reading, and that's basically it. It's basically they're being called to London to steal a rare jewel, if you will. But that's my haul. Quite a few Blu-rays in this one this morning for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I got a few more Dollar Trees coming. Then I'll probably do some reviewing again. I'm starting to pile up on a little bit of other purchases I made that were not Dollar Tree. Stuff like from Dollar General, Big Lots, stuff from eBay, and so on. But I hope you enjoyed this video this morning. Hope you have a good Wednesday. Please share, like, and subscribe. And pay attention to the channel, because we're getting closer to the move. And if I go dark for a little bit, it's not because I don't care about the channel or any of you or anything like that. I don't want you to think it's anything anybody get done. It's just, more or less life happening and changes are coming. Moving and that kind of thing, and packing. It's going to take a lot of time to do that, and I got a lot of stuff to pack and move, and hope everybody has, like I said, a good Wednesday, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later, guys. Bye.